Hi guys, Steve from Vintage Classic 71. Today I've got a little bit of a mixed bag. It's been a month since I made a video. Was sick for a while. I still got the asthma, scratchy voice, but then we had Easter and had the grandkids. My wife and I, to celebrate her 60th birthday, we went to Charleston, South Carolina. So it was busy. So fell behind a little bit, and my manager Caesar. Let me know that. So he's a great guy. I got a special something to show you that that he brought over yesterday. We went to a card show in Seekonk, Massachusetts yesterday. It's the last Sunday of every month, and I got some cards from that to show you too. But wanted to wear my Celtics shirt to honor the Celtics, up 3-1 now in the Magic in defense of their championship this year. Not sure if we're going to be able to win it again this year, but be nice if we made the championship again. So, all right, without further ado, I'm going to show you some cards, kind of a mixed bag, like I said. A couple graded ones. Most of them are all ungraded. I picked up three graded cards. This is a 1972 Topps Reggie Jackson. It's a PSA 2, but it's a really nice 2. It's in really good shape. Like I think I've said before, I buy the card for the card. I don't buy for the grade. I've seen 2s and 3s were better than 5s and 6s. So I go by eye appeal if I like the card. And I really like that card a lot, that 72 Reggie Jackson. All right. Then I've got this is, again, my buddy Caesar. He loves Ricky Henderson. This is a 1982 Fleer Ricky Henderson's PSA 9. It's a nice card. Greatest leadoff hitter in baseball history. Back of it. But it's too bad we lost him, was it maybe a week before Christmas, a couple days before Christmas? The great Ricky Henderson. All right. And the last graded one I have is a 1972 Kellogg's all-time baseball greats, Mickey Cochran. It's a PSA 7. Trying to get that set, this Kellogg's all-time greats. I think there's 13 of them. Well, I'll tell you for sure on it. Let's see. Even with my glasses, I can't read it. Always take out the trusty magnifying glass. There's 15 of them. I thought it was 13. It's 15. That makes up the set. So, and I believe I have 10 of them. So I'm still searching for some of them. Nice looking cards. They came in Kellogg cereal, 1972. I was actually looking yesterday at that card show, but I didn't see any of these. So, all right, those are the 3 graded ones. Now I'm going to show you a bunch of cards that aren't graded. But to me, like I've said a million times in the past, that doesn't matter. I just love the cards. I love them graded, ungraded. Great shape, medium shape, not so good shape. If you ever get a card from me, it'll be in good, outstanding. If it was always my card, it'll be in outstanding shape. There's some cards I have that I've gotten in trades with people or picked up at different places that aren't in as good a shape. But if they were always with me, I'm very particular about taking good care of them. So, but let's show you a few. Here's a 1964 Topps stand-up. It's Bob Friend, Pittsburgh Pirates pitcher. These are nice. They're made to be punched out and folded back, and they stand up. In fact, you'll find some that the yellow's all been cut out back there. This one's all intact still. There's the back. It's the only one I have, believe it or not. I just got this, like I said, within the last month. I'm going to have to work on getting some more. They can get kind of expensive if you go after some of the big names in there. All right, next I got a 1958 Birdie's Young Stars. I can't talk. You got Ed Bailey, Bertie Tebbetts, and the great Frank Robinson. It's a nice card. Try to get that glare off there for you. There you go. Frank's right here. The great Hall of Famer Frank Robinson. If I would say if somebody graded this card, I'd probably grade a 3 or a 4, but I'll never get it graded. It's fine the way it is right there. All right, next up, you got a 72 72 Topps Willie Stargell. part of the Lumber Gang. 72 is a nice set. In front of it again. All right. And we've got a 19, believe it or not, I didn't have these two cards. I have the whole, almost the whole set of 78, but I did not have a 78 Carlton Fisk. Here's the back of it. And his partner in crime, I didn't have the 78 Thurman Munson. So I picked both of those up. All right. I'll show you these real quick. These are all 70 and 71 cards that I got from a guy yesterday. Cards are in great shape, but I just love the way it looks. 70 is the year I officially started collecting, and I got really heavy into the card collecting in 71 when I was a kid, 8 years old. But in 70, my grandmother, as I told you guys way back, bought me a couple packs, and that created this my whole world that it is today. So here's a 70 Bob Watson, Houston Astros. 70s are nice looking cards, the yellow and blue in the back. Here's a 1970 Manny Sanguillen. If you guys are followers of me or subscribe to me, you know I love the catcher stance when they're squatting down like that. And you'll see most of the ones I picked up yesterday are like that. All right. Here's a Ray Fosse, 1970 Ray Fosse. Infamous for being run over by Pete Rose in the All-Star game, but nice looking card. That's that pose again, like I told you. All right, next is Jim French, Washington Senators. My allergies are killing me. I'm making this video a little later today. I usually make them in the morning, but I did some work around the front of the house, around the beds and everything, weeding them, and I laid some mulch down. So hence that's why I got a little, nails might be a little dirty, but part of the occupation. So my voice might be a little bit off from being outside, the allergies and stuff. But here's 1970 Al Downing. If you didn't know, he's the one who gave up Hank Aaron's home run to break Babe Ruth's record for home runs. He was the guy on the mound. He's pitching for the Dodgers at the time at the old Fulton Stadium in Atlanta. There he is, Al Downing. In fact, he hadn't made it to LA yet. He came up originally with the Yankees. So let's put that right there. Oops, put it over here, rather. Sorry. Here's a 1970 Earl Weaver, the Little General. Baltimore Orioles manager, great manager. He loved the 3-run home run. Of course, it helps to love the 3-run home run when you have the pitchers they had, the starters. There you go. Then we got a 1970 Sal Bando. Oakland Athletics, mainly. He played with other teams, the Brewers and stuff, but the Athletics, great third baseman when I was a kid. There you go. Hopefully I say this guy's name right. Tom Tuschinski, catcher from the Minnesota Twins. These cards are in, like I said, very, very good shape. Near mint, some of them, for being as old as they are. The guy I buy them from keeps them in good shape. Here's Elrod Hendricks, the great Oriole catcher. That looks like it was taken at the Yankee Stadium. Yep. You can see the facade or whatever they called it out back. But Elrod Hendricks, catcher for that, like I said, that loaded Baltimore Oriole pitching staff. Here's the Tiger grade, Bill Freehand. Great catcher. He was unfortunate in that he was a great hitting and defensive catcher, but at the time in the American League they had Carlton Fisk, Thurman Munson, guys like that. So he had a lot of competition, but he was a good one, Bill Freehand. All right. Bob Veal, power pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pitched for the Red Sox, my Red Sox at the end. Didn't have much left by then, but he had a great career. At this point, 1970, he had a record of 100 wins and 76 losses. 1,428 strikeouts and 1,612 innings. So, yeah, he was a good strikeout pitcher. Paul Casanova, Washington Senators. I've said this before. If you look at the 70s, 70, 71 in there, at the Washington Senators, their cards were all, the photos were all taken at Fenway Park, because that's the green monster behind there. Must have been one day they banged them all out. So, here it is the back. That's Paul Casanova. And John Blue Moon Odom, with a water tower behind him. Spring training. Good Oakland Athletics pitcher. These are beautiful cards, 1970. I mean, 70, you can't go wrong in any, in my opinion, any vintage set, but those are particularly really good. Here's a 71 John Ellis, New York Yankees catcher. I'll be putting these in top loaders. I just haven't got a chance. Probably right after I talk to you guys, I'll be putting them in there. Again, a great set, 71. Hard to find without chips or whatever. These are exceptional condition. Here's the Yankee great outfielder, Roy White. Right? You know me, action shots. That's a nice action shot right there. Great Roy White. And we got John Blue Moon Odom again. I showed you the 70 card. Here's the 71. Here's the back. All right. Then we've got Norm Cash of the Tigers. Look at that pose right there. You just don't see that today in the modern day cards. The new stuff, or whatever you want to call it. That you get in the vintage. Probably going to get a lot of negative comments, but for my money, you can't get more bang for your buck than you can with vintage cards. You know, they've already got an established track record. You're not going to find huge runs on any of them. What's out there is out there. That's it. And there's the Washington Senators being managed by Ted Williams. And the last one is the Red Sox rookie star pitchers, Dick Mills and Mike Garman. That'll go on my Red Sox album. I've got about 6 thick albums full of anybody who wore the Red Sox uniform cards. That'll be going in there. I didn't have that one. All right, that's those. Now we'll get on to the few more beauties here. Here's a 1968 Billy Williams, Chicago Cubs Hall of Famer. 68's a beautiful set too. All right. 71 Pete Rose. I was chasing this card for many years. And although this card is off-centered, the condition other than that is pretty good. There's no paper loss or anything. I think I paid $25 for this card. So I may have overpaid for it, but it's been on my chase list now for a while, a want list, and I caught up to him yesterday. So here's a 1970 Hank Aaron, another one I've been looking for. I got this one real cheap. So. Hammer and Hank. And you got a 79 Robin Yount. I have most of the set. I didn't have this card. So went after that yesterday. And this one right here, this guy happened to have a box. Not a lot of vintage. Maybe 40 or 50 vintage cards ranging from the 60s to the 70s to early 80s, even though I don't consider that vintage. But that's what he had it labeled as. And in there I found this 62 Yogi Berra. I got to take it out of the plastic here after. But this is only about let's see, I've got the 64 Berra. This is my second Yogi Berra card during his playing days. So I was really happy to get that. All right. And then I had picked up on eBay, maybe about 2.5, 3 weeks ago, two 75 Kellogg's cards. I love the Kellogg's cards. I like Hostess cards. I like the Kellogg's cards. You name it, I like it. But here's the 75 Kellogg's of Jim Catfish Hunter. Oakland A's. Great pitcher. Hall of Famer. 75. The big thing with Kellogg's cards you got to look for is cracking. Neither one of these have any cracking on there, but it can be a problem, and it's I hate to say it, but it's typical of a lot of cards. If they weren't protected, someone just let them curl up and stuff, and they didn't take them. They try to put them in, they'll crack. So big thing is to look for cracking or staining. But if you can find them like this and you get a good deal, I think these were, I don't know, $3 each. The other one here is Louis T. Not a Hall of Fame, but should be. I believe he's going to be real soon, the next year or two. Just passed away a couple months ago. Great El Tiante. But like I said, if you can find them and they're not cracked, they're a good investment. Good to have. I mean, great to look at. I made a mistake one time. I bought one of those 72 Kellogg's all-time greats. I bought who was it that I bought in there? I want to say it was the Ty Cobb, and I ordered it through eBay. And by looking at the picture and everything, I couldn't see any cracks on it. Maybe with old age, and maybe I should get a better set of glasses. I should have picked it up, but I didn't notice it on there, nor was it mentioned. And when I got here, it had a little crack. Nothing big, but it had a little crack along the bottom. So that's something I need to upgrade that card in the set over the coming time. I'll find another one on it. So those I learned lessons, probably better off for the most part, although I got these and they were in great shape. Actually seeing them in person and buying them, that way you can make sure there's no cracks. Then I ordered I've been collecting, well, let me show you one first. Like I said, we were in Charleston, South Carolina, and there's the Charleston Street Market, I think it's called, or the market there. It's like Faneuil Hall that we have up in here in Massachusetts, but it's long and it's open on the ends, but it's there's a roof over it. It's quite long lengthwise, and there's one guy that sells cards there, and I don't like to badmouth anybody. I mean, especially I'm not gonna throw somebody in the bus, but I did buy this Drake May. It's a 2024? I think it's a mosaic. I don't know a lot about the newer ones and stuff, but yeah, it's a mosaic pink. And I just love Drake May, but I had looked at, he doesn't have a lot of vintage, mainly all new stuff, but he had a couple. And I asked him, first of all, he was the whole time you're there, he's like this, looking on his phone and texting and everything. Never says hello or anything. So right there is, to me, is not a good thing. I always believe in being personal and addressing the person, because they're taking their time out to come to look at your stuff and possibly purchase it from you. You could at least acknowledge them. You're not saying you have to have a long conversation, but at least acknowledge the fact they're there, say hello to them. But anyway, so I let that go. So then I saw a couple cards, and they were a little pricey. So I said to him, "Is there any room for movement on these?" And without even looking up, he said, "Nope." So put those back. But I did buy this one. My wife's like, "Well, why didn't you just wait?" I said, when you love cards, it's an addiction, I guess. But and I'm not by any means trying to badmouth that guy. To me, maybe he's just had a bad day. But I've been there twice, and both times have been that way. But there's the one guy in Charleston, South Carolina. That's a beautiful city. If you ever get a chance, if you haven't been there, I'm a huge history guy, and I haven't gone. We went to Fort Sumter the first day, and just to see it where the Civil War started and everything, and all the Civil War history and stuff. To see, other than collecting and sports and everything, that's my love is history. World War II, Civil War, World War One. But it's a wonderful place to visit. The old South charm, the houses. We went to the Boone Plantation, and it was a beautiful plantation. Shows you, unfortunately, the cruelty and the life that the slaves at the time had to endure while they lived and everything. So if you ever get a chance to go there, it's a wonderful trip. We were there for 5 days and loved it. So, but I also picked up some. Getting back to the cards, I've been doing post serial. Well, I forgot to show these couple. I added a 1973 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar card. Got to add to my basketball every now and then. Don't buy a lot of them, but this is 73. Abdul-Jabbar, he's going up against Will Chamberlain, which is the reason I like the cards. As you can see, the two of them. Nice looking card. These are no big deal. Oh, then I added a 1970 Bob Gibson. In my opinion, one of the greatest pitchers, Hall of Famer. All right, let's put these back over there. But no, I was saying I added a 25 card lot of post serial cards. Different ones, like here's Carl Yastrzemski, 1962 Yastrzemski post. They were blank on the back. They had to be cut out of the cereal box. They were on the back of the box. Unlike the Kellogg's ones, which used to come in a plastic, like a plastic bag, you could see through it, and it was in the cereal itself. These were part of the box, so you had to cut them out. I'm born in 63, so it was before my time, but nice looking cards. This is Yastrzemski. And I'll show you these another day. I've got like 25 of them here to show. Some of them are in good shape, some of them are not so good a shape, but got a good deal on it, and I couldn't pass up. I'm going to try to add to the post serial cards, as I go along here. So, but hope everybody's having a good week. I know it's only Monday. I'm not to have a good week. It just started, but hope you had a great weekend. I want to show something that I've been saving. Actually, let me show you two things before I show you the big thing. I also ordered a while back. I'm in the process of changing some things in my room here. I've got a little section that's the Celtics cards and autographs. I ordered this picture, which is Bill Russell and Bob Cousy. I want to say that's 1957. I'd have to research it. But part of that great Celtic dynasty. And then the other one is the big three. These guys, there's no team like the 86 Celtics, but there's Bird, Parrish, and McHale. So, great Celtics players. Those the five I just showed you. All right, now the big one. I got to try to get it in here. Caesar, my buddy Caesar is he's an unbelievable guy. He's got a heart of gold. He's the type of guy once you become his friend, you get a friend for life. So, and I really appreciate him. Unfortunately, I only see him usually at the end of the month. And this coming month in May is Memorial Day weekend, and that's we have a campground up in New Hampshire, up near Hampton Beach, and that's when we got that's the opening. They have a big thing up there, so I won't be able to go with him the last Sunday in May. So he'll be by himself. But unfortunately, I'm going to miss him. But he's a great guy. He's a big hockey guy, but he's getting big into baseball now too. So I know I mention him all the time. You'd think he was like an invisible guy, but he is a real guy. He's a great guy, great friend. Hell, he's like a brother to me now. We met, believe it or not, on Facebook Marketplace, and he's a solid guy. But he's getting big into baseball. He's does a good job of purchasing cards at card shows. Got a good eye for nice looking cards and stuff. But I gotta tell you, he got the steal of the show. There was a 1969 Topps Pete Rose that I was looking at, and I don't have that 69 Rose, but I said maybe I'll get another time. But I know Caesar likes Pete Rose, Ricky Henderson. Those are a couple of his guys he really likes. So I mentioned to him, I pointed out to him, and the kid who was selling it. I think we had him down to $25 for the card, which was a good price. I mean, but he said, "I'll sell you all the roses, the Pete Roses here." And then he had, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 of them. 76 Rose, 82, just a mixture one, but for $40. So I told Caesar and I both looked at each other because I think we both said, "Did he say $40 for all these cards?" It was seven cards, seven Pete Roses. I said, "Caesar, if you don't buy those, I'm going to buy them, even though I have all but one of them." So he got those. So he really got a deal on that, and I'm glad because he loves his guy Pete Rose and Ricky Henderson. Those are his guys. So, but let me show you this. So, anyways, we get back from the show because I rode with him. He dropped me off. My wife was gone grocery shopping or something, so it was just myself and the dog. And I get a call from him. "Hey, are you home?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm out front. I got something here." So I go out front. Now, we had been talking. I told him, I said, that in my opinion, the greatest outfield was Fred Lynn in center, Dewey Evans, Dwight Evans in right, and Jim Rice in left. I know I'm biased because I'm a Red Sox fan, but I love those guys, all three of them. And he said, I have something for you. So I go outside, and he comes over to me, and he's got this. Now, this is signed by, let me make sure I'm looking the right way, Fred Land and Jim Rice. The authentication's on the back. Right here. Right there. It's 11 by 14, professionally framed. Still wrapped. I'm going to hang it as soon as I get done with this video. I'm going to change a few things in my room, but that's the type of guy Caesar is. I mean, as Caesar, I was like, I got to give you something. I can't just take that. He said, oh, no, I want you, I know you like them and stuff. But, so I got to have a Caesar wall. I'll put him over there. I'll put them over there. So I'm going to put it somewhere where I can, I have to rearrange a few things, but it's fine. And every now and then I change this from around because, it gets stale, it gets bored. You get tired of looking at the same thing all the time. But I get back one day, this is going to be more of a project because there's more to move back behind me. But I wanted to tell you that story. So Caesar, again, thank you. Thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate it. So I hope everybody has a good week. Keep collecting, my saying. May God bless you and your family. And until next Monday, I'll talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have comments, I love reading them. I try to get back to as many of them as I can. I'm going to do a better job now because, we go to the campground, but we don't really have any trips coming up that I know of, unless my wife, until September when we're going out to San Diego to visit our daughter. She's a nurse out there. But so I should be around. So we'll be back on schedule. But thank you again. Have a great day. Take care.